All right, so what is your name and what do you do?
My name's Jeremy Harmon, and I currently have a business doing floor covering, and I'm trying to get into investing in real estate.
And how long have you been in coaching with VIP?
I've been in coaching for about 7 months now. When I first saw it, I thought it was amazing. I'm kind of a numbers guy, and so just seeing the numbers just made sense to me. I wanted to sign up, or I did sign up that day. I filled out the form, and I was excited to start with it right then.
And what have you been able to accomplish in the time that you've been in coaching?
When I first started off, my cash flow was about $300 a month. And after we went through all the sessions and my coach started helping me out, we worked through some lines of credit, and I got my cash flow up to about $1,200 a month, which was awesome. And since that time, I've invested in a fourplex property with a partner that I have. And he put some cash down, but I got into it completely no money down, just using lines of credit. And now I'm making from that property about $1,200 a month between the both of us, which is amazing, especially with no money down. So my part is $600 a month, and his part $600 a month. So even with him putting money down, he put about $20,000 in, and he's getting about 36% return on his money, which is astounding. I mean, you don't get that from anything. CDs, no stocks, hardly anything.
And what's your return on the investment?
Infinite. I mean, I don't have any money out of pocket. It's just free money.
So would you have been able to achieve what you've done with debt weapons and proper utilization of those debt weapons without the help of having that coach guiding you along the way?
No, I don't believe so. I was moving in the direction of trying to use lines of credit, but as far as how to get those lines of credit and who to apply for, I didn't really have any kind of knowledge on where to even start with that. I was just more looking towards home equity lines of credit, which was going to take, having a house, and having had that house paid part way down so you could be able to qualify for it. So with VIP's help, it's helped me be able to apply for certain lines of credit that would get me approved without actually being unsecured, is what I'm trying to say. They're unsecured lines of credit. I didn't have to put anything into it.
Great. So what are your plans moving forward?
My plans moving forward are I'm wanting to get more properties. I would like to have numbers of properties. I don't even want to put a number on how many. I want to just keep going. Hopefully so I can retire early.
And you want to try and pay them all off?
Yeah, I'd like to have them all completely debt-free, and where they're, just making money for me, and that can be my job. I'd like that to be my job.
So do you see how acquiring more and each one you buy, generating that extra cash flow, can allow you to start to implement that cash flow stacking where the momentum gets faster and faster and faster because you have more and more money left over at the end of the month? So that money then can be applied in the techniques we teach where suddenly that debt is being knocked down more and more quickly. Do you start to see that happening over a 7-month period? You can realize where this is going to be heading?
Yeah, definitely. I see there's 2 other properties that I'm looking at and going along those same lines of thought, using cash flow stacking. If I was to use, get these 2 other properties, then I could use the cash flow that I'm going to get from them properties and be able to put it towards my first line of credit and pay it off in, I believe I figured out it was like 8 months, and then and this was all using lines of credit, so I'm not using any of my own money. So I could, in the long term of scheme of things, it would be those 3 properties, I would have the money that I borrowed from the lines of credit paid off in 3 years, which would total about $125,000 is what I would have borrowed from lines of credit. So in 3 years, have $125,000 paid off just from doing this cash flow stacking, and then I can start paying the actual mortgage off and being debt free on it.
So now you're in a place inside your coaching where you're able to actually benefit from other debt weapons, right? And you're starting to look to, well, what type of business debt weapons might you be able to get? And where can we guide you for debt weapons in the other form of education that's being provided, right? So if we can guide you to other debt weapons that have similar benefits or an entirely different set of benefits than the debt weapons you've been using right now, that's something that would excite you as well, I would imagine.
Definitely. Yes, definitely. I'm actually moving forward right now with a different line of coaching, with the business side of the coaching. opposed to just the personal. All this has just been taking place on my personal side of the coaching.
So you're getting the business up and running now. So have you ever felt any pressure to do something by VIP or your coach that you didn't feel comfortable doing, or that you just didn't want to do at all?
No, I've never felt any pressure either way as far as doing something. It was strictly from a coaching standpoint, saying this would be best for you, but it's up to you what you and your wife decide what you guys want to attain. It was always left up to us, our decision. He would just point out this is going to be our best route, and then he'd leave it up to us to make the decision. As far as, for example, we got approached about a timeshare property, and me and my wife liked the timeshare property, and we were wanting to invest in it. And so I talked to my coach about it, and he basically left it up to us, saying, well, it's really up to you and your wife. Are you wanting this part of your life? Are you wanting to have this in the long-term things, or is it just you're just excited when you're in the moment of them selling you the property? So that gave me things to think about. It wasn't pressure either way. It wasn't my coach saying, I don't think that's good for you, you need to walk away from it. It was him saying, what's best for you? What do you guys want in your life? How do you want your lifestyle? And then he basically just left it up to us to decide if we want to take that more debt, or focus on the goals that we have already and move forward and eliminate that debt.
Have you felt like you've had to make any sacrifices in your lifestyle in order to achieve the results that you have so far?
I haven't made any sacrifices as of yet, and not because the coaching encouraged us to or not to. I found myself wanting to actually put more money to try and pay the debt off, just because I'm so excited about the program, and I'm seeing the results of trying to get things paid off. And so if I did sacrifice stuff, it was because it was my choice, not because it was any kind of pressure to do so.
So, boy, I guess I almost don't even feel like I need to ask, but was it worth the price of admission so far for you?
Definitely. Actually, just with the one property I picked up, I'm estimating to make about $7,200 on this one property, so that'll well worth pay.
In the first year?
In the first year. So that'll pay for the coaching that I've paid, and like I said, the return on that investment is infinite. I don't, like I was telling you, I can't even calculate that figure.
It would break the calculator. So would you recommend VIP? Have you recommended VIP, and why or why not?
I have recommended VIP actually to all my friends, all my family. In my flooring business, most of my customers, the ones that I talk to, if they're ever getting into new homes, or if I see that it's something that would work for them, I'm constantly recommending it to everybody, and really just because I think it's a good program. I mean, I believe in it. I believe the way that it works. I like the way that you here at VIP deal with people and how you respond to people, and you stand behind what you guys are selling, basically, and it just makes sense. If you look at the numbers, it just makes sense to go with the program. You can't argue with it. How are you going to argue with an infinite return? It's just
That's a great point. Well, I really appreciate you coming in and sharing your story. Thank you, Jeremy.
No problem.